The district attorney's office in Fulton should be the beacon of the Southeast. It should be the absolute best office between Washington, D.C. and Miami. And right now what you have is a office of dysfunction and corruption, and we deserve better. And I am the right choice to improve it.
Hold up. Wait a minute. Something ain't right.
Corruption, Ms. Willis, that's a strong word to level against the office that Paul Howard has run for nearly a quarter century. If he gets reelected, it'll be more than 25 years.
You have a DA sitting there that doesn't have the qualifications and the experience to do the job. What I can guarantee you is with my reputation, with my community ties, I am going to be able to attract the best and the brightest minds to that office. You're sitting with someone today that actually wants to make a difference because they deserve a DA that won't have sex with his employees.
Say that again.
Because they deserve a DA that won't have sex with his employees.
A few years later.
County District Attorney Fani Willis and the special prosecutor Nathan Wade were in court speaking under oath about their relationship, and at times tempers flared.
When did your romantic relationship with Miss Willis begin?
2022.
When in 2022?
Early 2022.
Has he ever visited you at the place you laid your head?
So let's be clear, because you lied in this. Let me tell you which one you lied in. Right here. I think you lied right here. No. This is the truth, Judge. And it is a lie. It is a lie.
Right. Ms. Willis? Mr. Sena, thank you. We're going to take 5 minutes.
Because they deserve a DA that won't put money in their own pocket when it should go to benefit children. Because we deserve better.
A state representative who filed an ethics complaint against Fulton County Commissioner Marvin Arrington is upset that the board dismissed the complaint without listening to jailhouse recordings involving Arrington and an inmate.
Yeah, Arrington was representing a man charged with stalking Representative Mesha Mainor. Senior I-Team reporter Del Russell obtained those jailhouse recordings through an open records request and has the conversations the ethics board never heard.
You didn't think it was going to be over?
I did not.
State Representative Mesha Mainor couldn't believe the Fulton County Ethics Board dismissed her complaint against Fulton County Commissioner Marvin Arrington without listening to jailhouse phone calls that included Arrington.
So the case has been dismissed?
Case has been dismissed without hearing any of the evidence.
Mainor filed the ethics and a state bar complaint back in November, alleging that Arrington had a conflict of interest when he defends criminal cases for profit against the Fulton County District Attorney's Office, which he oversees as commissioner. Arrington was at the time representing Corwin Monson, who was charged with aggravated stalking of Mainor. In her complaint, Mainor claimed Arrington negotiates directly with District Attorney Paul Howard, abusing his commissioner power and using his office for personal gain.
You cannot be overseeing prosecutors and in the same courtroom while you're overseeing those same prosecutors that you work with every day. You're just 10 feet away also being a criminal defense attorney.
Arrington is no longer on the case.
Hi, everybody. Welcome back to the AV to the 7th Power channel, where we talk about all things law, true crime, and a little bit of political debauchery. Today, we're diving into the latest updates in the ongoing legal saga surrounding District Attorney Fani Willis. And a shocking turn of events, a Georgia lawmaker has filed a lawsuit against Willis, the Fulton County Ethics Board, and a former commissioner who was a barred attorney. The lawsuit alleges that Fani Willis and others failed to protect the lawmaker from a stalker, despite being made aware of the threat. What makes this case even more concerning, revelation of jail phone calls discussing attempts by the former commissioner and the stalker to have the judge dismiss the case. But before we even go there, let's talk about our lawmaker bringing the suit. Her name is Mesha Mainor. State Representative Mesha Mainor was elected to the Georgia House of Representatives in 2020, and she represents the citizens of the House District 56 in the heart of Atlanta, including Midtown, Georgia Tech, Atlanta's historic West Side, Atlantic Station, and Piedmont Park. In 2023, she became the first African-American woman to serve in the Georgia General Assembly as a Republican, with a historic party switch sending shockwaves throughout the nation. Representative Representative Mainor is an Atlanta native and sixth-generation Georgian with ancestral roots dating back to the 1820s as a descendant of the Mainor family from Dooley County, Georgia. She hired Monson. Before working together on the campaign, they were friends for years, and they have many common friends. Mainor said she was forced to fire him from his position after witnessing unruly, belligerent behavior. Okay? She says he started to stalk her. How? He shows up uninvited to campaign events. Public event, but okay, I get it. Joining her church, public forum. It just says that y'all were friends for several years with many friends in common, joined the church, and sitting outside of her home. That one I will give her that. Like, if somebody's sitting outside of your house, it's a little creepy. It's a little creepy. It's a little creepy. But let's see what else she says here. According to her lawsuit, Monson also is said, according to Mainor's lawsuit, to have called her from several phone numbers and left multiple voicemails, with Monson later turning these voicemails into a song. All right, now we're starting to go down the creepy path. He also told Mainor he was in love with her and arrived at her home to propose in front of her children, who were minors. According to the lawsuit, what the hell is going on in Fulton County? Okay, this guy turns the phone calls of the voicemails that were recorded into a song montage and proposes to her. But they've also been friends for a really long time. I'm just playing devil's advocate here, calling it down the middle and trying to understand it from both sides. So this woman basically says she has a stalker with someone that she's known for a really long time. And I guess when she started running for office, it started to take a little bit of a turn. It goes on to say Monson was cited for criminal trespass in 2019 at Mainor's home after refusing to leave her property. The following August, Mainor filed a temporary protective order against him, which the judge granted. Monson was arrested in September of 2019 and a year later in September of 2020 for violating the protective order. So this is like a restraining order. In September of 2020, Monson was indicted for aggravated stalking by the Fulton County's DA's office, as well as violating the protective order. Okay, so Fani's team filed charges against this guy. It's really important to address this issue. What is attorney-client privilege? In layman's terms, every piece of information an attorney receives in the course of representation is confidential and cannot be shared without the consent of the client, unless there is authorization to carry out the representation. While jail phone calls may provide valuable evidence, it's essential to consider the limitations of attorney-client privilege. This legal principle protects communications between attorneys and their clients from disclosure in court, except under certain circumstances. In this case, the jail phone calls could potentially be subject to attorney-client privilege if they involve discussions between the former commissioner, who was acting as the stalker's attorney, and the stalker himself. However, privilege was broken when the stalker's wife was on the phone call.
Then because I'm a commissioner for Fulton County, I'm trying to influence Paul Howard. I went straight to Paul Howard. Yeah, I sure did.
Arrington said he did that because Paul Howard was the only one who could make decisions.
And in fact, in Fulton County, the DAs don't have the authority to do anything. They all have to go to Paul Howard. Right. So why would I go to them when I know I got to go see him at the end of the day anyway?
Ethics board members told me they knew there were 3 people on the call, but out of an abundance of caution decided not to risk violating any attorney-client privilege.
The presence of the wife on the call essentially destroys the privilege, because now it is not a confidential communication between the client and their attorney.
Georgia State University law professor Jessica Sino says Representative Mainor's concern that the jailhouse tapes be heard is valid.
Furthermore, the lawmaker alleges that Fani Willis's prosecution team did not adequately pursue the case against the stalker. Despite the efforts of Willis's team, the lawmaker believes that more could have been done to ensure that justice was served.
The promise that you made to people who are talking about increasing juvenile arrests in our county of the same children that you're referring to. So I believe I've answered the question.
You have not answered the question, and that is an inaccurate statement. But at this point, I see that that's all we can expect from you is inaccuracies.
Excuse me, which part of it is inaccurate?
All of it.
I can't. As this case continues to unfold, it raises important questions about the duty of public officials to protect their constituents and uphold the law. The outcome of this lawsuit could have far-reaching implications for Fani Willis, as well as the broader legal landscape. We will be closely monitoring the developments in this case and providing updates as they become available. Stay tuned for more coverage on this evolving situation. Thanks for watching. Stay safe out there. See you in the next one. Bye.